is that? That's, wow, not me.
No, I'm afraid it was you. I watched one of your documentaries 2 nights ago. Yeah, on Friday night, I watched, what the hell was it called? I don't even remember, but, well, it was about Michael Douglas and Kirk Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had an interview with Michael, a long interview with Michael Douglas. And that was a wonderfully revealing documentary you made about them. They talked about things I did not expect them to discuss.
Yeah, well, it was a film that Michael made that Kirk had played on Broadway and wanted to star in.
Sure, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
One
Nest.
Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's gossip, you don't want to hear that.
Well, they believe me, know that they heard it. Michael told that story, but it's just that you got at something that most Hollywood stars, when talking in front of a camera, won't reveal.
Yeah.
So tell these people before we get into the landlord for a little bit, because it matters, and everybody will ask, and it's why were you blacklisted?
Well, on the one hand, ignorance on my part, because I think this was I was nominated for the Oscar for Detective Story.
Yes.
In 1952. That's when the film came out. And by that time, I had fallen in love with a writer whose play I had gone into after I left Detective Story, Arnie Manoff, and he was a communist. And all of his friends who came from California were very, very successful writers, and I admired them enormously. I never met people like that. They were older than I was, and they were full of a kind of wisdom that I hadn't heard before, not the communist wisdom, but the art wisdom, the writing and all that. And I fell in love with them. I fell in love with Ring Lardner, I fell in love with his wife, I fell in love with Dalton Trumbo. I just felt privileged to learn from them, because I was a very uneducated kid. And so I stood up at a memorial for one of the actors, J. Edward Bromberg, as you know from here, and he had said to me while we were standing in the wings, you know, they're calling me up again in front of the Un-American Activities Committee, and I have a bad heart. I don't think I can take it. And he died. He went to London and he appeared in a play there, and he died of a heart attack. And they had a memorial for him at the Edison Hotel in New York. And they asked me, as the youngest person there, to say a few words about it. And I said that he was scared to death of going in front of the Un-American Activities Committee. And 2 days later, I was on the blacklist. And you didn't need that much to get on the blacklist in that period.